Good morning everyone, welcome to another daily vlog, and today's vlog is about retro gaming and more specifically about the Anbernic RG35xx Plus, which is a mouthful and it's a terrible name, but that's beyond the point. Today's video is about why an over 40-year-old person, or any person, no matter how old you are, should at least own one of these or get a little bit into retro gaming. And yes, there is the argument, why are you carrying a gaming device, albeit a cool one, still a very old device, not the device itself, but the games are old. And why would you do that if you have a fully capable phone in your pockets? And there is a huge argument why I think you should kind of get back into gaming, more specifically into retro gaming. Yes, an Xbox, a Switch, a PlayStation is much more capable. But for me personally, being over 40, it is so difficult to kind of carve out time out of my schedule just to play a game. You switch on the TV, you switch on the Xbox, it has to boot up. If you haven't turned it on for a while, it has to download updates. It takes a lot of time in your schedule. More importantly, I'm a huge fan of these big games like Witcher, Red Dead Redemption. I was actually able to play Hogwarts Legacy completely through, but that was, that's a unique occasion. I usually don't have the capacity in my schedule to actually do that, because if you are playing, you at least play again with booting up the game, potential updates. At least you need 2 hours, I would say, and then you kind of need to play consistently to not forget the quest that you are currently playing. And that is why, for me personally, it has been so difficult to play those big games. Enter retro gaming devices. With these retro gaming devices, you have the ability to always carry this with you and have a lot of games in the palm of your hands, which I obviously all own. So Nintendo, please step away. I own all of the cartridges. Or you can archive the old games that are not being sold anymore. So you have all of these games in the palm of your hands and in your pockets all of the time. So if you are waiting, for example, my coffee machine takes a while to kind of warm up and make myself some coffee, I can play a little bit. And more importantly, all of the old games, I actually finished Super Mario World 2 on Game Boy. I finished Wario Land. I am currently playing NHL 25, which is an update of the Sega Genesis version of the NHL 94, which is a lot of fun. I have no clue how to play that game because I was actually playing this for a week now, and not completely weekly, but I started to put it on this device and I played it a little bit, and I was only able to score one goal in the whole time. It's a very difficult game in a way if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you don't know what the rules are in ice hockey, but it's fun. And you can play those without fearing that you kind of forgot where you are. And it kind of ignites all of this childhood memories. They all come back. I actually found a game, totally forgot what the name was, but you play a penguin, a rat, a cow, a bat, and something else, and then you have 5 balls on your side, your opponent has all 5 balls on the other, and then you have to throw all of the balls on the other side of the playing field, and then you win. It's a very simple game, but I remember it so vividly when I was a child playing that game. And also Super Mario, I was never able to beat that game when I was a child. Now I was beating that, and it's so much fun. And now, again, it sparks all of the memories, but more importantly, it also gives you the opportunity to just play games even though you have a very full schedule, it is always possible to kind of carve in 15 minutes to just play Tetris or whatever it might be. I also play Crash Bandicoot kart racing on GBA, so much fun. Now you ask yourself, yeah, but why don't you just use your phone? Because you don't have any physical controls. Physical controls make playing games so much more enjoyable. And this is the huge part for all of us adults with responsibilities. Your phone holds you basically hostage with all of the responsibilities you have. I'm a freelancer. I'm always reachable, be it by phone, by WhatsApp, by emails, and I'm always having messages that I need to kind of reply to. I got to check something. Some notification will always pop up and will kind of bring you back to the moment of having to deal with responsibilities. This will get you out of that. It will get you out of the social media rut, the social media addiction, because you don't have access to Instagram on this. And you can play games and kind of switch off your brain for a couple of minutes just to play something fun. And especially the older we get, and that is why I'm such a huge advocate of this, the older we get, the more responsibilities we have, the more issues we have. I mean, I talk about it all of the time, this legal issue with this client who's not paying me, and I'm was a little bit struggling with money. That is all in the back of my mind, especially with a phone that has notifications, that gives you your emails, and where you kind of, I'm waiting for the next client to kind of contact me, or let me check my bank statement real quick. That is not possible with this. So going into a small game like Super Mario, it is, some will say, it's just you're switching on one display for another, and it's just mindlessly playing something. And I would argue, no, it's not mindlessly, because you're actively doing something on this screen. You're not just doom scrolling. You also have some reaction time. If you have something like Tetris, it's also strategizing, it's puzzle solving in some cases. For example, I always wanted to play Zelda. I was never able to understand the game, in air quotes, or get into the game of Zelda. Maybe it's time that I try it out. Puzzle solving and stuff like that. That is all in this, and just getting away for a couple of minutes to not think about what's happening on your phone, to not think about these responsibilities, to just game a little bit. Of course, you could say, that's escapism, but sometimes we need to escape reality and all of the things that are weighing on our shoulders. And that is why I'm a huge advocate to recommend getting one of these devices. I will link this one that I'm using, I will link that in the description. It's an affiliate link. If you want to buy one, maybe you want to use that to support this channel. If you do so, thank you very much. I'm actually thinking about getting the Anbernic RG35xx SP, which is the foldable one, which will be even smaller to put inside my pocket and actually bring with me. And yeah, I feel like the older you get, the more important something like this becomes. We are so stuck in this thinking, we need to grow up, we need to be adults, and there is no place for games in an adult life. And I'm thinking that is the total wrong approach to life. You should always kind of cherish the child in you. You should kind of play games just to not lose track of yourself, of the child within. And playing games, especially with this, is so enjoyable and so helpful to kind of refresh your brain. And yeah, highly recommend to play these. Again, I feel like, yes, you could go with an Xbox and PlayStation, but we also have to be a little bit, I need to be honest to myself. Do I actually have the time to play the Xbox? No. At least not to a degree that I can memorize all of the quests that I'm playing. I've never finished Witcher 3 just because I had then had a big project. I was away for 3 weeks, went back into the game, did not know what to do. Wasn't able to know how to deal with the controls. And that was annoying to me, that was frustrating. But this, it's not frustrating because I can pick it up, switch it on, it boots up in a few seconds because I put another BIOS on here, play the game that I was playing at the same point where I was at, 15 minutes, done, switch it off, get back to work. It's so great, I highly recommend. Yeah, if you are into gaming as well, it doesn't have to be retro gaming, but it would be preferred because I like retro gaming. Let me know which game are you playing, on which system, and comment below. If you want to see yesterday's video, maybe check out the video up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. I see you tomorrow in the next vlog, and have a great day.